few years ago, I had a moment of insanity and I decided to let my kids have a dog. Well, you might be thinking, well, what's so insane about that? You know, every kid has a dog. I mean, how many of you let your kids have a dog? Most of you, right? How many of you just gave yourself a dog or some kind of pet? So,
I got another baby kitten 2 days ago, and I'm going,
why didn't you bring your kitten with you? That is show stealer.
For 8 months.
Oh, well, okay. So a few weeks later, we came home after my daughter did a little bit of research, and I have to tell you that my kids were in their teens at this point. They'd pretty much given up on me, and I just decided I'm not a dog person. But we did a little bit of research, and we came home with little Maxey. And so it's my first dog ever, and I'm walking Max around the neighborhood, and I'm thinking, you know, people are going to ask me, you know, what's his name, or what kind of dog is he, those kinds of questions. I don't know what they're going to ask. I've never had a dog. But the most common question I got was this one. Have you had him to puppy training school? And so 6 weeks later, here are all the Maxies with little Max at puppy training school. So now this is the cutest thing. Has anybody done this? Yeah, isn't it darling? Did have the little puppies of all different kinds, about 12 of them in our class. And they're just having fun. They don't know what they're doing, basically. And they're on the end of the little teeny tiny leash, little teeny tiny, holder for them. And all 4 Maxies are there. Not just me, but all of us. If we're going to learn how to do this, we're going to learn. My teens were not exactly excited to be there at puppy training school. So we're waiting for the trainer to come in, and in a moment, and she comes, and she's this, she literally walks in this fast with this kind of energy, and she said, welcome, welcome. How many of you have never had a dog before? And I kind of raised my hand. And how many of you think dogs have certain thoughts about you or people? And I kind of raised my hand, and she looked at me and she said, you know, like they don't like you. And I raised my hand because I had secretly been afraid of dogs a little bit my whole life. And she said, well, let me tell you what. Dogs really only have 3 things on their minds at all times. Just 3 things. And here's what they are. And she took a marker and she walked up, just like we have here tonight, and she walked up to the whiteboard and she said, here's the 3 questions that dogs are asking all the time. The first question is there food involved? And the second question is, and she writes, is it going to be fun? And the third question your puppy is asking all the time is it safe? Well, my body was in puppy training class, but my mind was with speakers like you who are here tonight. Food, fun, and safety. Don't our audiences want the same thing? Don't they want the food of the nourishment that you bring them based on your experience? Don't they want a little bit of fun? I mean, wouldn't you be just a little disappointed if we didn't have any fun tonight? I call it charisma and credibility. And here's how you can see it. Number 1, you can see it in that puppy training class leader when she walked in. You saw her charisma with her energy. You saw her charisma with the way she structured the questions and got us involved right away. And yet you also saw her credibility because she knew the basics about dogs. You also realized when she started the class that this was going to be kind of interesting. She was going to keep it an experience and an interactive experience. I was doing my, stuff like this at a conference once next to the wine tasting room. So, and my kids happened to attend. And my son, which they never did, and my son was about 8 at the time, and he kept looking at the kids, Mom, everybody's going to the next room. Nobody's coming. I was beginning to feel a little nervous myself. And at that time, I did thank the audience when they came and said, thank you for coming here instead of the wine tasting next door. Speaker skills extraordinaire. I'll make it worth your while. I'd like to ask you all to just stand up, put down your forks and spoons and pens for just a minute. You don't need a thing. Take a look around the room. establish eye contact with somebody who doesn't know you and has no particular preconceived notions about you. Any workshop like this that's geared primarily for women is a great place to meet women. So, you know, this is a good idea on your part. So here's what I want you to do is just come right up here with me. Okay? Because you're going to see that this is so much better just to look at these people. Aren't they friendly looking?
Yes, they are.
And they have smiles, and they're behind you every way.
Yes.
So now, did you tell a naughty story yet? When you
No, I did
would you
not.
like to the whole group? Or you know, just okay. All right.
Okay.
Now, but here's the deal: is that they're all going to put their hands up, okay? And they're only going to put their hand down if they know that you looked at them 5 minutes. And then five seconds. We'll be here. No, 5 seconds.
5 minutes.
Right. But we're really going to be listening to your story of
Okay.
something you did that mom and dad
So
never
each
found.
person 5 seconds.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a long story.
Good. Well, we'll look forward to it. The best moments tonight were not in my script. Really. I think the best moments were what you said.